I didn't plan to be an entrepreneur. I was going to go to grad school. Hey, but survival. Well, how am I going to... This lady's talking about it's over. You got to get out of my office by the end of business today. I still had bills. I'm like, shoot, I got bills. What am I supposed to do? You know, so I really had to get busy. And so my partner and I, who both of us lost our jobs on the same day, you know, we got together and we talked about it. We cried, then we prayed, and then we got a plan together, and then we got busy, right? So that was, I guess, survival. But then we had to figure out how we were going to do this thing, right? Because when you're operating from the survival mode, you're not operating from the place of, oh yes, I've done my research and I have my business plan now. I've got my investors. I've got my angel investor. I've got my people, my board of counselors and people who are going to be talking to me and supporting me. They're not there either, okay? You don't have any of that. What you have is, I got bills. I need to get a business, and I need to make that happen ASAP, okay? But we did have a foundation in that we have been going to seminars on business, and not just how to do electrolysis, but the business. Because you need to know both things. The content, which is the electrolysis, but you also got to know how to run the business. So you do have to have a foundation of some sort if you intend to have any sort of success. Whether you're going to be trial and error from the time you were a young person, and then other people seeing that you're trying to be in business and they will help you and tell you stuff. Whether you you work in somebody else's office, which is what we did, and you begin to learn certain things and you supplement that through workshops and this kind of thing. So then you find one day the floor falls out from behind you and you got to start a business in 2 days. But if you're already thinking about it, then you are ready. So we have been thinking about it, which is what one of the workshops said to do, okay? Have a plan A, B, C, and D. So I think that there is on a certain level, there is a spirit of entrepreneurship. And that is where we found people who were going to do, they're going to be in business, they're going to make something happen, they're going to develop money. I mean, I think we see that, and people like Elon Musk and others, inventors and people who start businesses and they start another business and they get another business. They do have some kind of spirit of entrepreneurship. But I think also, if you stay in business past a certain time, you develop a sort of sense or spirit, energy of, I'm in business and I'm going to be in business. I was trying to meet other people's expectations. That's why I call it a trick box, right? I don't know when that must have been my sophomore year. I was on the gospel choir. And there were some people on there, and they know Jesus, and, people want to help you, and you talk too much, you cuss too much, you're too loud, you too this, you too that, it's a trick box. And you want to be, and we went to a predominantly white school, it's the Quakers, you got to fit in, you got to do all this. And all that, come over to me, all that got me feeling bad and ineffective. But it did cause me to think, now that I think about it, it did cause me to think about what I was going through and to recognize that part of the problem I was experiencing is because I'm trying to be somebody, as you said, that I wasn't. I always do better when I'm me. Dave Chappelle.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Dave Chappelle, right. Who told him he could do that kind of thing? People say, oh my God, you can't say that?
It was very risky.
Okay, my God, you can't do that?
So there's risk.
It is risk. But there's also discipline, because even though we look at that, you don't think that skit came into fruition without discipline, without sitting down, without writing it, without running past, seeing what jokes really work, what jokes don't work. So there is a part of discipline that comes, and that can be imposed, and no learning can occur if you don't have any kind of discipline.
It's like 3 hours, 2 hours at a time. Like, I'm just different. I mean, honestly, I dropped out of college when I was 18, and then I came back to college when I was 24 because of that. And I'm glad you mentioned, like, practical. Like, I'm more of, like, a tactile learner. Like, I need to be hands-on. And another thing that helped me, especially because I went to business school, like, it's my hair business. And, like, this case can apply to, like, how I'm scaling my business. Like, I have to figure out a way to make it more interesting so I can understand, like, the concepts that is being taught to me versus, like, what examples are given to me.